Okay, rather excited actually. Watching a CNN interview. I don't normally watch television, but I just happened to flip the channel over. I was watching a movie just in the background, but I flipped over and CNN's interviewing Billy Corgan. And Billy, viewers, anybody that sees this, please, if you see the CNN video or CNN interview with Billy Corgan, please put this up as a response. I really like to address Billy and anybody else that understands this. Billy's talking about the moral compass, and he's dead on, but there's a lack of understanding of what the moral issue is, and that we need to look at Lawrence Kohlberg's definition of morality, moral development. There's an excellent Wikipedia article on this. It's just search for Lawrence Kohlberg on Wikipedia. It's an excellent article about moral development. You may have to find a link from the page about Lawrence Kohlberg, but that's the answer, Billy, and everyone else. It's moral development. We have become a country of children, of immature people, and it's because of this media influence that I'm going to turn off right now. We don't need that. It's adverse negative propaganda, and it's driven us to immaturity. I want to talk about this. I'm going to try this. I know it'll take a few times, but I'm going to try this. I've been practicing, so I think I'm ready to record. The situation is that America has become, well, the world, but mostly America, we've become very immature. Not that we're trying to act like children, but our morality has ceased to develop. It has regressed, and it's because of this outside influence. This television, this conformist idea, the idea that we all should be alike and not diverse and not think differently and not act differently, and that's excuse me, the battle I've been fighting myself. Because I'm more mature, and I guess people see me as a parent figure, and they rebel against that, and I understand. But anyway, it's not about me. So it's moral development. We've regressed. We've become immature morally, and this is what people out there they think this. They don't know what's really going on, but they think there's this thing that's wrong, and they don't know what it is, and it's maturity. If you think about it, it's like grade school or high school or something. Everything is just like that. I went to high school in the mid 80s. I graduated in 87. And it's just like that. And I mean, the comments on my previous video about being bullied. I'm being treated the same way I was in grade school when I was 8 years old. And that's what this country's regressed to, morally speaking. And this is not accusatory. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. It's no one's fault. It's just the system. Capitalism is a machine, like I said. It's a system, an economy that it was promised to us by those who presented it, those who conceived it, well-meaningly but misguided. They presented us this idea that they probably honestly really thought was a great idea. And we said, yeah, let's do that. And we did. We turned it on. We turned the switches on the machine. It's like a Star Trek episode, the planet taken over by the computer that was supposed to babysit. And that's the issue, is when you're babysat, you're a child. You have no reason to develop. If you always know there's someone going to be there to take care of you, why do you need to learn to take care of yourself? And that's the difference. I'm just realizing this actually right now as I'm recording, is that I have always, since I was a child, sought independence, sought to do everything myself, partly because I guess I was so intelligent, so smart, that I just couldn't see people providing for me what I needed. I honestly don't understand it. I don't have a lot of I do have access to all the memories of my youth, but I haven't, sat there and gone through my whole life again. So I don't remember the processes. I don't remember how things got that way, but I learned how to do everything myself. I don't depend on anybody for anything if I can. And that's part of why this has been so frustrating, is because my health is so bad that I can't do things myself. But So I learned to be independent and not dependent upon capitalism, which was meant to take care of us initially. So that's how I'm able to see what I've seen. And, oh my God, this is... One of the things Billy talked about, I gotta find my phone, it's got the timer on. One of the things Billy talked about was a leader, a president, and that's actually a core issue in my presented solution, my proposed solution that I've been working on. Okay, good. Oh wow, we got plenty of time. But he wants, he's talking about leadership, and that's what I want to try and answer. Not directly. I said I don't want to run. I wished I could. I mean, I wish I wasn't broken. I wish that my health wasn't so bad. I wish my brain wasn't so messed up. I'd really like to take us forward if I could, or help us get there and do my part. But I can do other things. I can teach. I can help people see what I've learned to see. I don't know how yet. I'm working on that. I'm excited. I'm actually genuinely excited about this. It's... God, I wish you could... I hope you can see this. I hope that you can break through the thoughts that have been drilled into your head, or the lack of the ability to think. Just take your time. Just take your time and imagine that what I'm saying is true, and set aside your preconceived notions. Set aside the anger, the ego, especially. That's... I know what that is. I know what it's like. I've had an ego, and I still fight it once in a while. Fighting it today even. But set it aside and just imagine. Just listen. Just think about it. Just let things go and just think. Does this answer the question? Does this explain things? Does this promise better? And it does. That's one of the things that's been really hard for me, is seeing in my mind how things could be. That's why I'm taking these risks. That's why I'm doing these videos. Being so open and honest with you is... it's worth the risk. I know people are going to make fun of me. I know people are going to bash me. I know who they are and what they, I know all that. I understand. I understand. But please listen. Please just take a minute. Think about it. I'll try to dry my eyes for you. Be a man. But, just think. Just open your mind and ask yourself, could this really be? Now, read down that Wikipedia article. Read through what it says about the different stages. And try to imagine we're in a world where everyone is at stage 5 or stage 6. Stage 6 would be... imagine a world where we're all stage 6, or better yet, go one further. As you read the article, you'll find 6 plus or 7. Read about that. Imagine if everyone was, the difficult thing about it is it really doesn't explain how this all works, and that's really at the core of what I've figured out. Is I took what's known and I just expanded upon it. It's simple. It's what science is. We just expand on our knowledge. I've just done a lot of work specifically in that region, and no one told me to. I just was curious. I'm sorry, I'm losing track. I hope I can get help for that. But just try to see that maybe this is maybe this does answer a lot of questions, or even all of them. So far, for me, it does answer them all. But and then imagine that we're all at that. Oh yeah, okay, I know where I'm at now. What Kohlberg doesn't explain is what it's all about. What is this morality? What does it mean? What is morality? That's the basic question. And the answer is that we are humans, and we are mammals, we are animals, and we are all selfish. There is no way around it. I'm selfish. Everyone is selfish. Everyone. The Pope. Mother Teresa. Gandhi. They're all selfish. It's just a matter of what the self is. And how you derive that is that you make a decision. Do I do this or do I do that? Or do I do it or do I not do it? You know, you have a decision and you look at the possibilities. This is where the global warming CO2 thing is coming in, because we can't do this as well. But try. It's hard, but try. It's going to hurt. It actually does hurt in the brain. But do it. Just think, okay, if I decide this, what are the consequences? And not just immediate. You can't stop with the next step. You have to go further. What are the consequences? Okay, well, with that. Okay, what are the possibilities from that? Well, what about beyond that? Okay, and then what is it? How does it come back to me? If I do this, it's not going to immediately benefit me, but it'll benefit other people, and that'll come back and benefit me. And that's where we think. That's where someone with a more advanced moral development thinks, and that's all it is. It's still selfish. It's still very selfish. Ultimately, we are all selfish. Myself included. But what is the self? And what are you thinking about with the self? Well, if I'm an asshole to everyone around me, I'm going to get what I want, but what's going to be the price? You know, so you think ahead. You think not only to what does it come back to me, but how far advanced, and what does it do forever? And then you can even think beyond that. Well, does it benefit society in the future? Well, what about the goals of humanity, which I talked about before? But anyway, I think we're sidetracked. But yeah, so what this is selfishness. And the key to here is perspective. It's the moral development. The more morally developed you are, the broader, both in terms of people around you, or entities around you, or beings around you, or the environment, your surroundings, and also time. So there's two dimensions to this. You think about how many, and you think about for how long. And that's the beauty of it. And I mean, Max, no. It's the. Okay, back on track. Okay, so this I think completes the picture of Kohlberg's theory on very accurate theory on moral development. It's this perspective. We're all selfish, but it's a matter of what the self is, who benefits, and what I talked about seeing how many people benefit and then coming back to you. That's all practice. It eventually becomes innate. I don't have to think, okay, if I do this, no, it's innate. Okay, yeah, that's the right thing to do. And that just comes with practice. I'm not special. I don't have some super compact, convoluted, extra matter, more dark. I don't have a special brain. I don't have a special body. I'm normal. I just somehow developed a little bit differently, and what happened is I developed closer to my potential than most people, and that's where the answer is. And I'm not going to have time to talk about the complete answer now, but it's still forming in my head. But the idea is to tailor our education so that we become more morally developed. But going back to the issue at hand with Billy Corgan, that hurts. I'm really getting better at keeping track of things, but it hurts. Going back to the thing with Billy Corgan and talking about leadership, and I'm talking about Obama and dissatisfaction with the two parties and a call for leadership. We need that leadership. We need that call for leadership. But you're out there. You know how to do this and what to do. Well, we need to seek a leader who doesn't seek to benefit anyone, but seeks to benefit everyone completely. completely selfless. And that's how we need moral leadership. And that's what Billy was talking about, is a moral compass. We don't have a direction. And I don't mean to insult anyone at all. It was unknown to anybody at the time. But what would happen was we had a leadership vacuum occur after 9/11. We were in psychological trauma. We were vulnerable. We needed leadership. We needed guidance, and we didn't get it. I'm not accusing. I have the utmost respect for everyone involved. But it was a circumstance. That's all it was. And it's continued. This lack of leadership is continued. There's a fear. I can understand how President Obama feels. That's one of my gifts, one of my abilities that developed, is the ability to feel other people's emotions, to sense how they must feel given circumstances. And I take in a lot of information, and I can get a good sense of how he feels. And it's fear. It's fear of us, really. And there's no need for it. Stand up. If you can hear me, Mr. Obama, President Obama, excuse me, sir. Utmost respect intended. If you can hear me, if you get this, stand up. Tell us. Guide us. Look in your heart, in your mind, and think about it. Consult those who need to be consulted, those who are most mature. Figure it out, what needs to be said, and how to lead us. Lead us. You've been chosen. I suspect you'll be chosen again, unless someone else comes along. And if that happens, I expect you'll at least soon learn to accept. But understand that leadership is what it's needed most. It's what we need. Someone to lead us. I gotta check something. Oh, thank goodness. I thought it wasn't recording. Oh, my goodness. I've done that before. Sorry. Oh, please laugh, but please laugh with me, okay? I'm learning to cope with this, and humor is really helpful. But we do need leadership. I do wish I could provide it. I wish my brain hadn't been messed up. Well, the honest truth is, I wouldn't be here if it hadn't happened. If I hadn't suffered as I have, if I hadn't gone through what I have, all other circumstances, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be knowing what I know, so there's no way I could have had both figured it out and be able to solve it single-handedly, directly, leading. But I want to try and teach what I know. I know I'm not the only one. I absolutely know that. But I want to try as hard as I can to get others to learn what I've learned, to see what I've come to see, so that we can reach a solution. I really think we can get there soon. I really do. I honestly do. And anybody who knows me, and they're going to get a hold of this, and they're going to comment, I hope, and I may approve them. But they know how pissed off I've been, how angry I've been, how much unlike the person they knew and accused me of being that I am now. I am a lot different. Anyway, I've got to shut down now. I'm running out of time. I think we can get there. I really do.